He destroyed my right hand to help his childhood sweetheart win. When the studio light fell, I raised my right hand to block it. My boyfriend took me to a back alley clinic because he couldn't afford a real hospital. The delay cost me my hand. I missed the finals of the national art competition and my only chance to study under a master artist. I had to keep working 3 jobs to survive. 6 months later, while delivering food, I accidentally discovered his real wealth and overheard him talking to his friend. Damn, Ethan. Her hand was just a minor fracture. And you had them amputate it? It needed to happen. Since she survived, her hand was a fair trade. I promised Sophia I'd help her win the national competition, remove all obstacles. I couldn't let anyone threaten her. That's when I learned my fairy tale romance was nothing but a cruel joke. My boyfriend was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Chapter 1. His friend laughed. Sophia doesn't need another mentor. This Mia girl is your girlfriend, man. She was counting on that apprenticeship. If she finds out the truth, no one will know. If you keep your mouth shut. Besides, I only got close to Mia for Sophia's sake. He raised an eyebrow. Oh, and give her that new healing cream your company developed. His friend hesitated. That hasn't been tested yet. If something goes wrong, it could damage her nerves. Her hand would hurt constantly, shake uncontrollably. Standing outside the door, my heart clenched. Tears burned in my eyes. His next words cut deeper than any blade. You keep saying you need data. Here's your test subject. If it goes wrong, Perfect she'll never hold a brush again. Not. Even with assistive tools. She can't threaten Sophia anymore. Jesus, you're cold. It's been months and you're still after her. What a waste of talent. What if more gifted artists appear? You gonna eliminate them all for Sophia? Ethan cut him off irritably. Mia's just unlucky. She's Sophia's demon. Since she survived the accident, as long as she can't paint anymore, Sophia will overcome her complex and achieve greater things. After a pause, he added, I'll compensate Mia. She only lost a hand. I can give her financial security. I couldn't hold back anymore. Tears streamed down my face. I forced myself to calm down, left the delivery at the door, and stumbled away with my scooter. Looking at my missing right hand, I bit my lip hard. 6 months. Drawing with my right hand felt like a distant dream. The falling light was no accident. It was orchestrated by my boyfriend to clear the path for his childhood sweetheart. My hand could have healed, but he had it amputated. To Ethan, I was never his girlfriend, just an obstacle to eliminate for Sophia. I remembered waking up to Ethan holding me, looking devastated. God, I was so scared. Thank God you blocked it with your hand. If it hit your head. You're here. You're okay. That's all that matters. He'd held me like I was precious. I'd thought it was love. Now I felt only revulsion. Such a good actor. That light was meant to kill me. When I survived by blocking it, he made sure to destroy my hand completely, ensuring I'd never draw again. What a ruthless man. Wiping my tears, I booked a flight to New York without hesitation. After my last delivery that night, I returned to my $300 per month basement apartment. Mia, you're back. Long day? He handed me water casually. After watching me drink, he pulled out a vial. This is the hospital's newest healing medication. Remembering his conversation, I refused. No. I still want to draw. Ethan smiled gently. This is specifically to help you draw again. Looking at his smile, I got goosebumps. More like specifically to ensure I never could. I shook my head. Ethan's face darkened. Mia, don't be difficult. Then my head started spinning. I collapsed on the bed. Through the haze, I felt the needle pierce my skin. Searing pain shot through my right arm. I curled up, crying out. Ethan looked panicked, calling someone. Why is she in so much pain? Friend, I told you there'd be side effects. Ethan kept complaining, ignoring the explanation. I laughed bitterly through the fog. Still acting, when this was all his plan. Destroying my hand wasn't enough. Seeing me practice with assistive tools worried him. He needed to destroy my nerves, eliminate even that last possibility. I woke up in that back alley clinic again. The doctor asked, awake? I've given you painkillers. Still hurt? I shook my head. Not as much. But I can't lift my arm. I demonstrated no matter how hard I tried, my right arm wouldn't respond. Ethan visibly relaxed. Then he looked at me, voice breaking. I'm sorry, Mia. This is my fault. His eyes were bloodshot, looking genuinely distressed. He held me, tears running down my neck. I kept my head down. Eyes clear. This is what you wanted, Ethan. Destroy me to elevate Sophia. Worried about my condition, Ethan carried me home. On the bed, I opened my long-unused Twitter. Countless hate messages flooded in, some even doxing me. Basement rats stealing other people's work, pretending it's yours. Heard she lost a hand. Karma for plagiarism. I steadied myself and traced the source. A big influencer had called me out for their friend. I clicked the friend's profile. Seeing those familiar sketches, my heart sank. Those were mine. I stumbled out of bed. Searching my drawers. My portfolio was gone. Ethan walked in from the bathroom. I confronted him. Did you take my drawings? Caught off guard, Ethan stammered, I was worried they'd upset you. I stored them elsewhere. I showed him the Twitter post. Then explain this. Why does someone else have my work? Did you sell them? Ethan insisted. There must be a misunderstanding. I didn't sell anything. If you didn't sell them, then she stole them and posted them deliberately? Mia. That's enough. Ethan cut me off sternly. You can't accuse people of theft without evidence. What are you trying to do? I laughed coldly. My work appears in her portfolio, and she's calling me a thief online. I just want the truth and my reputation back. He frowned, sounding exhausted. It's late. Stop making a scene. So what if they say you stole? You can't draw anymore anyway. You'll never be in that world again. Some online comments won't hurt you. Seeing his double standard, I finally understood. He was protecting her. I lowered my head, pretending to cry softly. Feeling guilty about his harsh words, Ethan came over and held me. Mia, forget the online drama. Let's just focus on making money and living our life. His cold hands wandered to my waist. Suddenly he lifted me onto the bed. As he leaned in to kiss me, I raised my handless right arm between us. I caught the flash of disgust in his eyes. Sorry, my arm still hurts. It's inconvenient. He smiled, burying his face in my neck, inhaling deeply before kissing it. Fine. I'll let you off tonight. Actually, he hadn't touched me since the injury. Every time he accidentally brushed my right arm, he'd recoil before pretending nothing happened. I turned my back to him, furiously wiping away his touch, filled with disgust and hatred. Late at night, while he slept, I checked that influencer's friend's profile. The more I read, the more shocked I became. This had to be Sophia's account. She wasn't even subtle, posting gifts from her childhood sweetheart brother, many identical to what Ethan gave me. Except mine were fake. Hers were real. I remembered Ethan saying, I can only afford fakes now, but someday I'll give you the real thing. I'd accepted his promises, but he'd always had the means. And those gifts I'd saved up to buy him? He never used them. Too cheap. All those Valentine's days he'd missed for work? He'd been with his childhood sweetheart. She'd posted about winning the national art competition 6 months ago, half the credit goes to my E. I'll reward him properly tonight. The day she won was the day I lost my hand. That night I lay alone in that clinic. Ethan said he was investigating that accident. He was actually celebrating Sophia's victory. When he returned the next day, he said it was just an accident. Of course he'd arranged it himself. I closed my eyes, feeling the constant pain in my right arm. The next morning, Ethan tried to kiss me like nothing happened. I dodged. He frowned, then said helplessly, still mad? Come on, I know you're not that petty. Be good. Then he left. I knew today was Sophia's birthday. For 3 years, Ethan threw huge parties for her, returning the next day with cake she'd made. I never ate it, telling him I was allergic to nuts. He'd joke, poor and picky too. Then he'd finish the whole cake himself. At noon, I got that text again, Riverside Villa 22. Come see the difference between you and real people, peasant. Before, I'd been too busy earning money to care about stupid games. But now, unable to work with my arm, I went. At the door, I heard Ethan's voice. Let's welcome the queen, rising art star Sophia. I remembered Ethan promising that when he had money, he'd treat me like a princess. I pushed open the door. Seeing me, Ethan instinctively pushed Sophia away. Sophia pouted. Brother, they say you keep someone on the side. Is it true? Ethan had never kept me. I'd worked 3 jobs supporting him. His keeping only existed in his promises. He looked annoyed. Don't listen to gossip. There's no one. No one, or no girlfriend. Sophia pressed. Ethan hesitated, his throat working. Neither. I told you I only want to protect you as you grow up. Sophia smiled satisfied, then pretended to notice me. This crippled delivery girl doesn't seem to belong here. Were you invited? Everyone knew the truth but played dumb. Just like how Ethan had played me. I stared coldly at Ethan, voice pointed. I worked hard. At art hoping talent would bring a better life. I worked 3 jobs so we could have our own place. I trusted my boyfriend because I loved him. Ethan's fists clenched, knuckles white. I continued tearfully, but some people don't deserve it. Liars don't deserve sincerity. Someone laughed mockingly. Peasant, Ethan doesn't need any of that. He's got houses, art is just entertainment for Sophia, and as for love? We've got plenty of girls on call. Laughter erupted around us. Enough. Shut up. This is Sophia's birthday. Don't let trash ruin the mood. Ethan's face was ice. As soon as he finished, I turned and left. Behind me, cheerful music started playing. My appearance meant nothing to them. In their eyes, I'd always been an ant, barely worth noticing. But was that really true? Why else did beating Sophia once make me her demon? Looking at my intact left hand, I thought, if I'm her demon, I won't be exorcised so easily. Ethan didn't know I could draw with both hands. In 3 years together, he needed reminders. For my birthday, forget knowing anything else about me. These 6 months, I'd been secretly practicing with my left hand between jobs. He'd always said he regretted I couldn't draw anymore. I'd thought he meant it, so I'd hidden my progress, planning to surprise him. Thank God I'd kept that secret. Otherwise, he'd have destroyed my left hand too. He was certainly capable of it. 5 days ago, I'd sent my mother's keepsake and my portfolio to her mentor, immediately receiving a response. I'd wanted to tell Ethan, but just one sketch left on the table made him paranoid enough to drug me again, completely paralyzing my right arm. I packed everything worth taking and threw all Ethan's stuff in the trash. To him, this place was probably all garbage anyway. I contacted the landlord, terminated the lease, ditched my phone, and left the city. Chapter 2. 6 months later, the national art competition was held in New York. Last year's state champions all participated. Word was several reclusive master artists planned to take apprentices. Sophia was determined to win. Ethan accompanied her, as always. He never missed her competitions. So when he saw me at the venue after searching for 6 months, he looked stunned. He thought he was seeing things until Sophia approached me first. Sophia's voice was shrill. "What are you doing here?" She glanced at my arm dismissively. "Can't draw anymore, so you're waitressing?" Ethan stood beside her, lips pressed tight, saying nothing. Since I'd arrived early to prepare for my mentor, I hadn't expected these two. I pretended not to hear and turned to leave. Ethan suddenly grabbed me. "Mia, where have you been for?" 6 months. I shook off his hand. "Do we know each other, sir?" He frowned, seeming to struggle with patience. "It's been 6 months. Haven't you had enough? Stop this, okay? Since you know who I am, tell me what you want. I'll give it to you. Just stay away from Sophia." I took a deep breath and rolled my eyes hard. "Let me be clear. I was never having a tantrum. I simply don't want you anymore." I turned and left, ignoring his frozen expression. The competition used live streaming. Many bloggers brought their followers. When Sophia and Ethan saw me on the judges' panel, their eyes went wide. Sophia shrieked, "Why is this amateur cripple a judge? She's a known art thief." The comments exploded. "I know her. She stole from my friend and now she's judging? What kind of trash competition is this? Hilarious. Lost her hand and still showing up to embarrass herself. Can she judge with just her mouth?" The doubts multiplied, trending on social media. My Twitter was found and flooded with more hate. Ethan stood beside Sophia, looking at me with suspicion and condemnation. As if I'd orchestrated this just to spite Sophia. Two truly self-absorbed people. I saw Ethan approach a staff member and say something. Then a suited official walked toward me. "Excuse me, miss. This is a professional competition. Your disruption is affecting us. We'll pursue legal action if necessary. Please leave now." Sophia chimed in, "Mia, stop embarrassing yourself. You want to target me but chose the wrong method. You think you can sneak into a professional competition?" I looked at him, amused. "The disruptive person is over there. Why aren't you handling them instead of harassing a judge?" His attitude seemed polite but his tone was contemptuous. "Miss, our competitors are legitimate state champions. I don't know who brought you, but please leave." I sighed. What a complete circus. The organizers had begged my mentor to come. I'd clearly checked in backstage, yet here we were. I stood, looking at Sophia and Ethan in the competitor area, and said coldly, "Sophia, you stole my work last time. Someone helped you frame me instead. I didn't pursue it, but now you're trying the same trick." I opened my phone and posted on Twitter. Then I addressed the camera. "Sorry for using this platform, but I need to clarify. I just uploaded evidence showing my creation timeline. I always hide my name in the darkest color of my paintings. Wonder why Sophia's original work has the Mia hidden in it? Unless she has a crush on me?" Sophia's face turned ugly. Comments started discussing it, many confirming they'd found my name. Though some trolls refused to admit it. Sophia persisted, "Regardless of that, you shouldn't be here. Your presence insults this professional competition." Ethan added, "Mia, stop making a fool of yourself. You've made your point and posted your evidence. Time to leave." Some audience members joined the criticism. I rubbed my forehead. Idiots. I looked at the official. "Did you verify my identity? You're questioning me without checking. Is this your professionalism?" Called out, his face darkened. "Miss, anyone can see you're impaired. Don't make me spell it out. That would be too embarrassing." I looked at him like he was stupid. Under everyone's gaze, I raised my left hand. I only lost my right hand. I still have my left. Complex emotions flashed across the official's face. Behind him, Sophia exploded. "You're lying. You only use your right hand. You barely started learning with your left. How dare you pretend to be a judge?" The official, emboldened by support, sneered. Just then, the staff member I'd checked in with rushed on stage, whispered to the silent host, then pulled the official away. The host, sensing enough drama had built, stepped forward to restore order. "Apologies, everyone. Staff has confirmed that Ms. Mia is Master Harrison's student, already recognized in the industry. The famous artist known as Life's Left Hand appears to be this lady. She's here representing Master Harrison for the preliminaries." The venue erupted. Master Harrison was a legendary figure in the art world, though he'd been reclusive for years. No one had heard about him taking students. But Life's Left Hand was well known, a rising young artist from the past 6 months who specialized in left-handed painting. Animals seemed to come alive under her brush. Impossible. Why would Master Harrison take a cripple? You don't even know how to use your left hand. Sophia screamed jealously. I'd had enough. That's enough. You keep using my disability to attack me. Is this your upbringing, Miss Sophia? And about my hand, you and your companion know exactly what happened, don't you? What he did to me because of you? I'm not pursuing it now doesn't mean it's over. Ethan stared at me in shock, disbelief filling his eyes. I didn't wait for staff to beg me to stay. I left directly. My mentor had just texted, don't share a stage with fools. It affects your intelligence. As I left the venue, Ethan caught up. His eyes were red. Mia, what you said, what do you know? I didn't want to play games. Looking him in the eye, I said each word clearly. Everything I should know and shouldn't know. Including the hand that Mr. Sterling deliberately had amputated. No, Mia, let me explain. It wasn't intentional. Give me a chance to explain. Ethan was still lying. I sneered. Explain or make excuses. Besides, when I was unconscious, did you give my right hand a chance? My eyes reddened as I moved closer, gritting out, I'd already avoided disaster, but you destroyed my hand for someone else. I thought you couldn't afford a real hospital. I didn't blame you, only my bad luck. But you? You did unspeakable things behind my back, stepping on my blood and tears to help her win. What's left to explain? Tears streamed down my face. I still grieved for my hand, but mostly I blamed myself for mistaking a wolf for a lamb. Ethan's face went white. He just shook his head mechanically, staring at me. No. I'm sorry. I have money now. Let me compensate you. I looked at him with disgust. Stop pretending, Ethan. What compensation? Can you give me your right hand? He nodded eagerly. Then go die first, okay? I shoved past him toward the waiting car. Ethan frantically dialed his phone. Sophia had followed outside, but he didn't notice her approach. His friend finally answered. Ethan demanded, did you tell Mia about the drug? The friend was confused but answered honestly, of course not. Then how does she know? Oh wait, I remember. 6 months ago at my mansion, we ordered delivery. The driver had the same name as Mia, but I figured it couldn't be that coincidental, so I didn't mention it. Hello? Ethan, you there? Ethan's phone hit the ground. He crouched, holding his head. If Mia had heard that conversation 6 months ago, how devastated she must have been. He couldn't imagine. Crouching there, fingers covering his face, he sobbed. What he really couldn't face was imagining how losing her right hand had destroyed an artist. Sophia tried to embrace him but he pushed her away. Don't touch me. Ethan frowned in rejection. Brother, what's wrong? Don't ignore me. Did that thief say something? Sophia looked hurt. Ethan shoved her hard. She fell to the ground. Usually, he would have helped her up tenderly. But the ice in his expression stopped her from speaking again. Ethan stared at her intently. The portfolios at my place, you took them, didn't you? Posted them online to cyberbully Mia? Brother, I didn't. Sophia whimpered. Still lying? Should I check the security footage? Ethan was as ruthless now as he'd been indulgent before. So what? She's crippled. What use were those drawings? Besides, you approved it. Ethan closed his eyes, taking a deep breath. Enough. He left without another glance at Sophia. That evening, the reclusive Master Harrison made a rare social media post. Youngest apprentice with a photo and laughing emoji. I also posted a video of me painting left-handed. Several industry seniors shared it. The hate comments disappeared, replaced by apologies and praise. Sophia's competition qualification was revoked for defamation. I also sued her. I hadn't dealt with it before because my hand situation was chaotic, and I'd temporarily forgotten about drafts saved in my email. Later, busy training with my mentor, I'd let it go. Since they'd walked into my crosshairs again, I wouldn't let them off. Somehow Ethan found my mentor's address and waited outside daily. I never gave him a kind look. I felt only disgust and hatred. Seeing me emerge, he gazed at me lovingly. Mia, give me one chance to explain properly. Or to compensate you properly. Even if you want me dead. Ethan had re-rented that basement apartment, restored everything inside. He lay on the bed repeatedly, desperately seeking traces of Mia's presence, imagining her feelings after losing her hand. Remembering his original purpose, he felt only endless regret. He shouldn't have hurt Mia. Repeatedly, shouldn't have rubbed salt in her wounds after she'd lost her hand. Completely destroying her hope and love for him. Though he didn't dare hope for Mia's love, he wanted his sincere actions to move her, to earn one last chance to care for her for life. She didn't need to love him. He would love and protect her. His confident persistence disgusted me. I couldn't understand what brain structure gave him such confidence. Because of my mother, my mentor treated me like a granddaughter. He deeply regretted my hand. When I told him the truth, he and his wife cursed Ethan thousands of times. He immediately used connections to investigate Ethan's family business and his friend's pharmaceutical company. After several days' absence, Ethan reappeared dragging Sophia. They blocked my path. Ethan's face was ice. Apologized to Mia. They'd apparently had a falling out. Sophia showed no courtesy. Why should I? You helped hurt Mia too, didn't you? Hit where it hurt, Ethan looked embarrassed, gritting out, you said she was your demon. You were jealous, suggested I pursue her. The hand you manipulated me into destroying it permanently. Sophia laughed mockingly. Acting love-struck now, Ethan? I may have hinted. But didn't you do everything willingly? When you acted, did you remember Mia was your girlfriend? Did you pity your girlfriend? In the end, you're just pathetic, playing lapdog while having a girlfriend. Shut up. This is all your fault. Ethan's bloodshot eyes looked crazed as he grabbed Sophia's throat. I quickly moved away and called 911. Police took them both. Later, my mentor's investigation yielded results. The back alley clinic was shut down. His friend's company faced severe penalties for unauthorized human drug testing. He and his friend fell out. The Sterling family business, thanks to their son, revealed many shady dealings. The entire Sterling empire was stripped bare, attacked from all sides. Ethan went to prison for 3 years. Despite efforts, he couldn't get out early. After release, he somehow got my contact. He said he was marrying Sophia but didn't love her. He said he'd get revenge on Sophia for me. I shrugged and laughed. I didn't understand his logic and didn't respond, canceling that number too. Later I went abroad with my mentor and his wife, seeing the world's beauty, painting global landscapes, fulfilling my mother's unrealized dreams.